Everything you knew about relationships is wrong. No one has told you this yet, but there's one powerful phrase that can completely transform your love life. Ready to unlock the secret? Let's dive in. Picture this: you're trapped in a relationship where your feelings burn like a wildfire, but the other person barely blows a warm breeze your way. Sound familiar? It's frustrating, right? You're putting your heart on the line, giving your all, yet the other person just seems indifferent. But what if I told you that one simple phrase could flip the script, making them see you in a whole new light? A phrase so powerful that it can make the most distant heart take notice and rethink everything. Sounds too good to be true. Trust me, once you understand the psychology behind it, you'll see just how transformative it can be. Before we dive in, hit that like button if you've ever felt like your love wasn't being fully returned. And don't forget to subscribe for more mind-blowing relationship tips, because trust me, this is just the beginning of what I'm about to share with you. Now, let's take a step back and think about the power of words. Words are more than just sounds or letters. They're the building blocks of our thoughts, emotions, and relationships. Think about it. How many times has a single sentence, a simple phrase, shifted your entire mood or even your perspective on something? Maybe it was something uplifting like "you're stronger than you think," or something devastating like "we need to talk." Words have the power to heal, hurt, inspire, or destroy. They're the tools we use to express our deepest emotions, to build connections, or sometimes to push people away. A well-chosen phrase can spark a wave of emotions, challenge deeply held beliefs, and push us to make life-changing decisions. It's no wonder that words are often referred to as the most powerful weapon in the human arsenal. So what if there was a phrase that could do all of this, but in the context of your relationships? Imagine it: a few simple words with the power to change everything. I'm talking about a phrase that doesn't just communicate your feelings, but shifts the entire dynamic of your connection. This phrase is not just any phrase, it's a psychological tool that, when used correctly, can alter the course of a relationship in ways you might never have imagined. Are you ready to learn this phrase? Let me know in the comments if you've ever wished for the perfect words to say in a difficult relationship situation. Maybe you've been there, tongue-tied, unsure of what to say to make the other person truly understand how you feel. All right, close your eyes for a second and imagine this. You're in a relationship where your feelings aren't fully reciprocated. It's like walking through a fog, unsure of where you stand. You're investing more than you're getting back, hoping for a deeper connection that just isn't happening. You feel like you're moving forward only to be pulled back, struggling to decipher the mysteries of the heart. Why aren't your gestures of love being reflected with the same intensity? What's stopping that desired connection from fully blossoming? These questions stir a storm of emotions within you, leaving you caught in a whirlwind of confusion and doubt. It's like you're standing at the edge of a precipice, looking down into the unknown. Do you jump and hope for the best? Or do you step back and protect yourself from the possible heartache? You're torn between the desire to be loved fully and the fear of rejection. It's a delicate balance, and every move you make feels like it could tip the scales in the wrong direction. Imagine pairs of people exchanging uncertain glances, subtle gestures hinting at a connection that seems just out of reach. Then moments of tenderness and shared smiles, offering a glimmer of hope. It's a complex emotional landscape where every look carries significant weight. But in these moments of uncertainty lies a golden opportunity for introspection and personal growth. Because even when things seem bleak, there's always room for hope and transformation. And this is where the phrase I'm about to share with you takes on its deepest meaning. But before we dive into that, let's take a moment to acknowledge just how common this situation is. So many of us have been in relationships where we feel like we're constantly giving more than we're receiving. It's exhausting, draining, and over time, it can take a serious toll on your self-esteem and overall happiness. Has anyone here ever felt like they were giving their all in a relationship only to get crumbs in return? If that's you, drop a heart emoji in the comments. Let's see how many of us can relate to this experience. So here's the kicker. In the middle of a conversation with that special someone, when the moment is right, you say you're someone special, but maybe not the right person for me. Boom. Just like that, this phrase, though simple, carries a heavy psychological punch. It challenges expectations, stirs deep reflection, and shifts the emotional balance. But why does this phrase work so well? Let's break it down. First, it subtly shifts the power dynamic. Up until now, you might have been the one seeking approval, trying to win over their heart. This phrase flips that script. It positions you as the one making a judgment, suggesting that maybe they're not meeting your standards, not the other way around. Second, it introduces doubt. By saying they might not be the right person for you, you're planting a seed of uncertainty in their mind. Suddenly, they're forced to reconsider their role in the relationship. Are they doing enough? Are they living up to your expectations? This doubt can be incredibly powerful because it disrupts their sense of security, making them see you in a new light. What do you think? Could you see yourself using this phrase? Drop a comment below and tell me how you think it might change things. And if you're still with me, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more tips like this. Now let's talk about how to use this phrase effectively. Timing is everything. You need to drop this phrase with subtlety, like a feather floating in the air, barely noticeable, but with a profound impact. Say it calmly without drama, without overemphasizing each word. The key here is to be understated, almost like it's an afterthought. You're someone special, but maybe not the right person for me. And then this is key, switch topics immediately. Don't dwell on it, don't analyze it, don't justify it. The goal is to plant a seed of doubt in their mind without any direct confrontation. Think of it like tossing a pebble into a still pond. The ripples spread quietly, but they reach far. Why is this approach so effective? Because it leaves the other person with questions. They'll start to wonder, wait, what does that mean? Am I really not the right person? What did I do wrong? These thoughts will linger in their mind, making them reevaluate their feelings towards you. It's a gentle but powerful nudge that can create a shift in the relationship dynamic. Why does this phrase work so well? It's all about perception. You're gently suggesting that maybe, just maybe, they aren't the right fit for you. This tiny nudge slips into their subconscious, gradually changing how they see the relationship. It's like planting a seed that slowly grows, pushing through layers of emotion and expectation, transforming the relationship dynamic from within. There's something about this phrase that taps into a deep psychological need for validation. Humans are wired to seek approval and acceptance from others, especially in relationships. When you introduce the idea that someone might not be the right person, it can create a sense of urgency in them to prove their worth. They might start to see you as more valuable, more elusive, and that can make them want you even more. Ever used a phrase that completely changed the vibe of a conversation? Share your experience in the comments. I'd love to hear how words have impacted your relationships. Let me tell you, I've seen this phrase work wonders. Picture a couple stuck in a cycle of imbalance and mistrust. They try this phrase and suddenly there's a shift. Their interactions become more authentic, more balanced, grounded in clarity and open communication. Time and time again, I've witnessed how these simple words provoke deep introspection, leading people to reevaluate their feelings and motivations. It can be the first step towards a positive change, both in the individual and in the relationship as a whole. For example, I once knew someone who was stuck in a relationship that felt one-sided. They were constantly giving and giving, but their partner never seemed to meet them halfway. It was draining them emotionally, and they were on the verge of walking away. But then they tried this phrase. They didn't say it out of spite or anger, but calmly and sincerely. You're someone special, but maybe not the right person for me. That one line made their partner stop in their tracks. Suddenly, they were the one questioning the relationship, wondering if they had taken it for granted. Over the next few weeks, there was a noticeable shift. The partner started putting in more effort, became more attentive, and the relationship slowly began to balance. It wasn't an overnight fix, but it was the catalyst for change. If you found this story inspiring, hit the like button. And if you've had a similar experience, share it in the comments. We're all here to learn from each other. Now, let's explore why this phrase is so impactful in more detail. When you say you're someone special, but maybe not the right person for me, you're doing a few key things. First, you're acknowledging the other person's value. You're not outright rejecting them. Instead, you're saying, I see your worth, but is where the magic happens. It creates a space for the other person to fill with their own thoughts and insecurities. They start to wonder why you might think they're not right for you. It's a subtle way of putting the ball in their court, making them reconsider their actions and how they've been treating you. But it's not just about creating doubt. It's also about empowering yourself. By using this phrase, you're taking control of the narrative. You're not waiting for them to decide whether you're good enough. You're saying, maybe you're not good enough for me. It's a bold move, one that can shift the entire power dynamic of the relationship. Who's ready to take control of their relationships? If you're feeling empowered by this idea, let me know in the comments. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe for more content that puts you back in the driver's seat of your love life. Another real life example, I had a friend who was dating someone who just couldn't commit. They were always on the fence, never fully investing in the relationship. My friend was frustrated, constantly wondering if they were wasting their time. Then, one day they dropped the phrase, "You're someone special, but maybe not the right person for me." It was like a switch flipped. The partner, who had been so unsure, suddenly started to panic at the thought of losing someone who might be the one. They began to put in the effort, to show up in ways they hadn't before. It was as if the fear of loss made them realize what they had all along. And while the relationship didn't become perfect overnight, it moved forward with a new sense of purpose and commitment. Let's dig even deeper into the psychology behind this. When you say this phrase, you're triggering what's known as the fear of loss principle. People are often more motivated by the fear of losing something valuable than by the prospect of gaining something new. By suggesting that the relationship might not be right, you're subtly implying that they might lose you. This fear can lead to a shift in behavior. The other person may start to work harder to prove themselves, to convince you and perhaps themselves that they are indeed the right person for you. It's a powerful motivator, one that can lead to real, lasting change in the dynamics of the relationship. Have you ever noticed how the fear of losing something makes you value it more? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if this content is resonating with you, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're always in the loop when new videos drop. At the end of the day, this phrase is a turning point. It's the spark that can set off a chain reaction, transforming a stagnant relationship into something real and meaningful. So remember, even in the toughest moments, these words could be the key to opening the door to greater understanding, connection, and authenticity in your relationships. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more life-changing relationship advice. And hey, before you go, click the link in the description for access to more secret techniques that can transform your love life. You won't want to miss out on what's next. Remember, words have power. Use them wisely and watch how they can change not just your relationships, but your life. Take care and see you in the next video.